Well, howdy there, y'all. Yamasaki here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're going to be looking at an old lawn tractor. So stay tuned. So this lawn tractor I've actually had for a couple of years now, probably 3 or 4 years now. Me and my dad actually went and picked it up, I'd say around 2016, 2017. And the way we actually found this tractor is one day my dad, early in the morning, was looking on Craigslist, and he actually found this listing, and it had only been posted for approximately 19 minutes. So my dad called the guy up, and we went and looked at it. He actually held on to the listing and let us come down and look at it. Little did I know that this tractor was going to be one of my birthday presents, and all I can say is it's done me real good throughout the years that I've had it so far. So without further ado, guys, let's take a look at this old beast. So this right here is a 1963 to 1965 International Harvester Cub Cadet 70. And like I said, guys, we just went and picked it up from the guy that listed it on Craigslist, and we've actually had to do really nothing to this tractor. I've only done a couple little paint jobs on some parts on it and put a little green goop in one of the front tires. That's really all that we've ever had to do to this thing, guys. It runs really good. It's got a couple unique features to it that I'll get more in depth into. It's got all original paint. These front tires are actually wheelbarrow tires. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there it says wheelbarrow. So we actually found that out. I'm not sure. My dad actually just pointed that out to me, that the front tires are actually wheelbarrow tires. There's nothing wrong with them. They do just fine. They're just wheelbarrow tires, which is pretty cool. It makes the tractor unique. It's also got a nice little toolbox. I don't know if International Harvester actually ever put toolboxes on their tractors, so I think this is a custom-made thing. It actually came with the tractor. When we brought it home and I looked into this, in this little toolbox here, there's actually some pretty nice old tools in there that I repainted and actually use on a regular basis. Another unique feature is the hitch point right here. This is the original hitch point, but it's got an extra piece of metal welded onto it right here, because this is not necessarily a bad part of the tractor, of these old lawn tractors, but it's kind of a weak point, because when you're hauling or towing heavy stuff, that this plate actually kind of bends down some ways. So me and my dad just took this off and we welded a piece of metal onto it just to strengthen it up a little bit. So that's another unique feature on it. It's got a 2-inch ball on it. It's got no fenders. I know on the 100s they did fenders, but I'm not sure if they did on the 70s. We do have the original deck for it. It's actually in the shed over there. But another awesome feature of this tractor is the low and high transfer case right here. This was not standard on these tractors. This was actually an option that you could get from the dealership if you wanted to, so that's pretty cool. And when I go ahead and fire this thing up for you guys, I'll actually put it in low first, and I'll show you how slow this thing goes. Nothing can stop this thing. Nothing can stop any of these old lawn tractors, because these things were built really, really stout. When they were making these old lawn tractors, they didn't waste no time in making them last. It's all metal and cast iron. There's barely any plastic, like on the choke and the steering wheel. I don't know what you would call this. I bet this was rubber at one point, but it's hardened or whatever, and then a little bit of plastic on the throttle, but that's pretty much it, guys. There's really no plastic. Like I said, I did do some paint job work on the lawn tractor, like on the air filter here, on the hitch point on the back, and then I'll go ahead and open this up for you guys so you guys can see on the inside. Just fold that back open like that, and I did paint the battery bracket and the gas cap right here. The paint was labeled as Cub Cadet yellow, but I think it's a little bit of a off yellow, to be exact. It's got a fairly new battery. I left it on at one point and it killed the battery, so I had to go and get a new battery. So it was last year, so it's actually got a car battery in it, so this thing has plenty of electricity going through it when it's needing to start up. This little job right here on the fuel line, that's how it came, but it's never inhibited the performance on this machine. It's got a little shut-off valve right here and everything, but I eventually do want to put a full rubber hose and fuel filter on there, just so it's nice and purty and not sticking out like that. Get you a better view of the engine. It's a Kohler 7-horse. I think this is also aftermarket right here, this voltage regulator. I think that's what this thing's called, because there's the coil right there that sticks out on the side of the tractor. And then, if I remember correctly, I thought somewhere on these old Kohlers they had plates on them that said what they were, but I guess this one doesn't. Like I said, it's a 7-horse. Oh, and then another thing is new belt right here for the starter. The old belt was really worn down and everything, and it kept falling off, so when it would do that, it was using the juice from the battery permanently to run. And these old Delco Remy starter generators are the starters and the generator, so well, this thing's turning, it's charging the battery, so when this pulley was off, it wasn't charging the battery. But new belt, it's a little bit big for the pulley, but hasn't slipped off once yet. There's your lift lever for your mower deck, and it's pretty much all I have to say for this thing. I'll go ahead and fire it up for you guys. I did shine up the chrome a little bit right here on the ornament on the hood. Tires are in good shape. I think they're the original tires, except for those because they're wheelbarrow tires. But and then you can see right there, there's a little crack in the seat that was welded, but it hasn't cracked yet. I like the seat. It's really comfortable for being a metal seat, but yeah, this thing is just a beast. It's a workhorse. Every time I've used it, it's never broke down or anything. I've actually hauled full-size trailers with this thing. I put it in low first and it'll haul a big giant trailer no problem. I actually hauled a boat with this thing one time to the local park down there, and yeah, so I'll go ahead and get the tripod, guys, and fire this thing up for you. Well, there you go, guys. That there is a 1963 to 1965 International Harvester Cub Cadet 70. All I can say is these old lawn tractors will be around long after I'm gone. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. Yamasaki out. See y'all later.